is Valerie, and I'd like to discuss with you the importance of fundraising to the Special Olympics. Who here has been to Seaside? About a week and a half ago, on a Saturday morning at about noon, the Seaside Boardwalk was absolutely packed and chaotic. It was so crowded that you could barely move a few steps from your position. By 12:30, one stretch of beach was standing room only to 5,976 people, most of whom were in bathing suits. Some were in suits and tuxedos and costumes. The piers were lined with another 3,000 or so spectators. Now, if you've been to Seaside, which most of you have, you know that crowds are really pretty typical. So you might wonder, what makes this day a little bit different. Seaside is a seashore community, relies on summer tourist income. It's where Jersey Shore is filmed. So all in all, the crowd would seem to be a very typical day. But this was not a typical day. It was cold, it was 42 degrees. There were winds of approximately 40 miles an hour. It was overcast and it was flurrying. That's because it was late February. So you would wonder, did these people actually have any idea what they were doing and why they were there? As one of the crowd, one of those 5,976 people, I can assure you that every one of them did know what they were doing. We were running into the ocean or plunging for a cause. We were participating in the Polar Bear Plunge. The Polar Bear Plunge is the largest single fundraising event for Special Olympics New Jersey athletic programs. Special Olympic athletic programs are free to participate in. They provide a safe and positive environment for children and adults with Down syndrome and other special needs. They offer opportunities to learn and join in sports, socialize, and have fun. There's a variety of programming that's available year-round. These programs improve lives of athletes and their families. Without fundraising through events such as the Polar Bear Plunge, the amount of Special Olympics programs available would be severely impacted. I'd like to explain why Special Olympic athletic programs are so important to people with Down syndrome and other special needs and their families, and why they need funding. People with Down syndrome often have health conditions, including cardiac issues, low muscle tone, and obesity. It has been found in studies that physical activities is beneficial and can reduce mortality and morbidity for many conditions, including the cardiovascular system. Organized athletics are important for people with Down syndrome because it's been shown that adults with Down syndrome said they were more likely to be active with their friends or an activity if involved in a group rather than on their own. Athletes enjoy time with their friends and they view participating as fun and consider it a type of reward. Parents can also see positive outcomes of children with Down syndrome participating in organized athletics. In a 1997 study, respondents were asked questions about why family members participated in Special Olympics. 80% of the parents felt that there was a great benefit derived from participating. 52.5% said the prime benefit to the participants was social. 20% was a physical benefit. 89% of the families saw an increase in independence, awareness, social capabilities, and adaptability by the athletes. Now, some people would wonder why Special Olympic athletes don't participate in community-based programs instead. Things like Little League. There are various issues that explain why community programs aren't always a viable option. Some community-based programs require money. Many individuals with special needs are not completely financially independent, which makes them unable to cover the costs associated with those community-based programs. Other problems include finding suitable community-based programs. When surveyed, problems that parents and support people experienced were lack of awareness, understanding of a diagnosis, acceptance, and lack of appropriate programming. If a program was found, it proved generally to not be suitable long-term. In many cases, coaches were found to be unsupportive, impatient, condescending, and to display anger towards participants with a diagnosis. When surveyed, parents reported that they turned to Special Olympics as the skill set between the child with Down syndrome and typical children widened, and the discomfort and the awareness of that gap became more aware, and participants became uncomfortable. So, you know Special Olympics provides programs for people with special needs. Imagine that they were unable to offer enough programs to meet the needs of the community. There aren't enough programs already, so less funding could be devastating. Imagine no baseball. Imagine not having track programs to participate in. Imagine not having enough basketball programs to participate in. In a survey on why athletes left Special Olympics program, 44% of them said it was due to lack of availability or access. Special Olympics programs cost money. Parents and athletes don't raise the money. It's free to all participants. Funding comes from donations and fundraising, and a big part of that is the Polar Bear Plunge. On February 25th, I, with 5,975 other people, chose to plunge into a freezing cold ocean. Plungers must raise $100 minimum to participate. In exchange for participation, there is a personal reward, there's gratitude of others, and you do get a really, really nice warm sweatshirt. Typically desolate and empty, the boardwalk was an explosion of noise and color. The participation provides not only needed funds, but also it fosters a charitable community spirit that can bring tears to an athlete's parents' eyes. Without this worthy cause, many people with Down syndrome and other special needs wouldn't have opportunity to participate in sports, which has health advantages and provides welcoming, understanding community for families and their athletes. More than $1,400,000 was raised last weekend. The Polar Bear Plunge is over. The need for funding is not. Donations are still being accepted.